Hi there, my name is Raymond. I am a game developer, and with a surprising turn of events, I'm working on a game. Little new project that I've started, calling it Running in the Dark. So far, it's meant to be a little horror project. As you can see, this is not looking super horror-y at the moment. This is just a little test scene. But yeah, I started to work on this a few months ago. I haven't done that much on it yet, just worked on it every once in a while in spare time. And I've implemented a few different things that I think are cool, that it's in Unreal Engine 5, and I have not worked in Unreal for a few years. So I was just kind of getting back up to speed. Thought it would be fun if I maybe turned some of the things that I made into tutorials. Then I spent a number of days trying to figure out how to record that properly. I recorded a number of different takes of me explaining, going through all of my blueprints, all things like that. It was taking ages, and I'm kind of tired of that. So instead of turning this into a proper tutorial, I'm just going to be showing you some of the things that I did and that I'm kind of happy with having done. And then maybe this is more of a devlog or something than a tutorial. But anyway, I just grabbed the default Unreal Engine player controller, and then I added some stuff. So you can see I'm moving relatively slow. If you're at all used to the Unreal Engine player controller, it moves very fast. This is not very fast. And I've added a little sprint so you can move a little bit more fast. Still probably nowhere near as fast as the default of the player controller, but that's okay. The jump was already there. I add a little bit more movement in air. You have a little bit more control. When you're jumping forward and halfway through you decide that actually you want to go to the right, you can still do that. I like that. I like being able to do that. And then I also added a crouch. When you're crouched, you're moving a lot slower, which is intentional. And yeah, pretty happy with that. And yeah, as it was just showing, basically when you bump your head, you can't uncrouch. When you're still underneath something that you can only be under when you are in crouching mode, and you're trying to get out of crouching mode, then I will not let you. I will force you to stay in a crouching mode rather than stick your head into this. So yeah, so that's what I did for the character controller, and I've done a few other things. So I will now transition into another scene. All right, hello, we are in another scene. That was probably a very smooth transition. I believe my editor self probably has done a great job there. This is a small little setup. I'll talk about those guys later. A small little setup. It's looking very rough, which is all good because it's just super early days. And what I wanted to show you was kind of the main mechanic of the game, which is, it's, a working title for this project is Running in the Dark, basically because the idea is that your light only really works when you are standing still or moving rather slowly. So I've got this flashlight basically that is illuminating things, but the moment that I move, it is a lot less effective. So if I stand still, I can just look around, see what's going on around me. When I'm moving, I can still kind of see what's going on around me. But when I run, it basically turns completely to dark, into darkness. So that's kind of the main mechanic of the game, just the playing between light and dark and making sure that when it is dark, you can actually not see anything. That's kind of the idea. And then also wanted there to be some enemies in this game, so I've got these little guys. These are my shadow cats. That's what I'm calling them so far. And basically, they don't really attack you. They're not that scary. They basically just move around in an area, and then they will try not to, touch anybody else, or they should not touch you. I think I've not quite implemented that right yet. But basically, if you... Ooh, I like how that one ended up. But basically, if you end up touching them, they will yeet you away quite far. And so I imagine I want to use that with like a little bit of sort of platforming or like some kind of perilous little tightrope type of section where you've got all of these guys kind of standing around, and if you hit any one of them, then you will be yoinked away from where you're trying to be, and you have to start over, and oh no, that's terrible. But yeah, I thought these were kind of interesting. They're kind of inspired by our literal cats in real life that just kind of in the dark One of them is a black cat, and in the dark you can practically not see him. And both of our cats really just like to be wherever our feet are, and sometimes be right in front of where we were just about to place our feet. And so you have to be very careful not to step on them, and that's kind of the idea I'm trying to replicate with these guys. I'm pretty happy with how they work now. They basically just have a little area in which they're supposed to spawn, and then they raycast down to the ground, adjust their rotation to kind of match whatever they're standing on, and kind of look decent on that. And obviously the idea is that, you know, your main mechanic that you can't really see while you're running plays with these guys, because you have to see where they are in order to not run into them. So you're not, you know, you kind of have to make sure that you don't walk around too idly and run around without a care. So yeah, that's what I've got so far. It's not too much yet, but I'm kind of curious to keep playing around with this project running in the dark. And well, we'll see how long I take to make another video, to make another update to this project. But you'll see it when you see it. Take care. Bye.